Hello, everyone. I'm Francisco Meléndez, here to discuss some important worldwide film news. By now, it's likely you've all heard about the coronavirus outbreak in China, which has claimed more than 1,700 lives and infected over 70,000 individuals. Of course, while our job here at E23 is to cover the entertainment side of things, it should not be ignored that this is primarily a health and safety issue. That being said, it is hard to ignore the damage this outbreak has done to the worldwide film industry. Throughout the past decade, China has been projected to become the biggest film market in the world, with 2020 becoming the year it would have taken the crown. However, as a result of the outbreak, it seems highly unlikely that this will happen. Let's begin with the Chinese New Year, one of the biggest box office weekends in the world, and certainly the biggest in China. Journey to the West, The Demons Strike Back, Monster Hunt 2, Crazy Alien, and The Wandering Earth. These movies and more hold records for the biggest opening weekends in a single market, which is rare for films released outside of North America. And it's all thanks to the Chinese New Year. Just last year, The Wandering Earth went on to become the third highest grossing film in China, bolstered by its strong Chinese New Year opening. According to THR, this year looked to be no different, with a projected cumulative earning of over $1 billion. However, as a result of the outbreak, the top film studios in the nation pulled all of their planned releases for the weekend, leaving the theaters no product to screen. Combining this with the growing concerns of the epidemic, all of the movie theaters were forced to close until further notice. To give perspective, China has more theaters than any other nation, with more than 70,000 according to Statista. According to NATO, the US had slightly less than 6,000 cinemas in 2019. With pre-sales of $67.5 million, there were high hopes there. Multiple tentpoles were scheduled, including Detective Chinatown 3, a sequel to one of the top 10 grossers in China, Vanguard, a Jackie Chan action film, and the animated family film Bunny Bear's Wildlife. Historically, this period has blocked Hollywood releases, giving Chinese films a time in the spotlight, but instead, the chains have had to refund the ticket sales. THR also compared the same 20-day period in 2019 versus 2020, from January 24th to February 12th. 2019 brought in a revenue of $1.52 billion, while 2020 brought in just $3.9 million in the same time span. In the US, many of these films had planned theatrical runs that have also been canceled, including Warner Bros.' run for Detective Chinatown 3. However, the impact of the outbreak will have on the US film industry goes beyond this. According to Forbes, many February Chinese releases have been pulled, and some of them were banking on the Chinese boost. For some movies, like Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, and 1917, the damage will be minimal, as the Chinese box office wasn't necessarily a major part of their release strategy. Bad Boys for Life and Birds of Prey weren't betting much there either, as their respective franchises have never been major Chinese players, with Suicide Squad and the previous two Bad Boys not being released there. That's not the case for everything. In 33 days, Dolittle has grossed $183.7 million worldwide on a $175 million budget. Sure, it broke even, but given part of the reshoots done for the film were specifically done to please a Chinese audience, it's clear Universal was hoping for a Chinese boost there. Looking forward, the Sonic the Hedgehog opened a lot stronger than expected, easing expectations for a possible Chinese opening, but the lack of one leaves a lot of cash on the table. Video game movies historically have a strong presence in the Chinese market, with movies like Warcraft, Rampage, and Ready Player One and earning massive amounts, mostly driven by China. The movie is still slated for release, but it is possible that it will be cancelled if the epidemic persists. It's still February, so we don't know the total impact the coronavirus will have on the rest of 2020, but it's clear that just with the damage that's been done, the Chinese film industry will be impacted by this tragedy for years to come. With all of this said, I'd like to go back and acknowledge that this is all far smaller than the real human loss we are witnessing in China and the rest of the world. While there are clear and legitimate economic repercussions that this will have on the future of our global cinema, it all pales in comparison to the impact it's had on the people of China. Lastly, I'd implore everyone to donate through global giving to help those impacted by the outbreak. They're a certified, vetted organization determined to fight the spread of the disease and help those infected by it. With that, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and check out more of our content at mutv.missouri.edu. Additionally, if you're interested in learning more about the effects of the coronavirus on the film world, the THR and Forbes articles are linked in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching.